Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition of Asaph Cafe. I have a special little guest here today. Her name is Jaydee Brooks Curtis. She's the granddaughter of our regular guest, and she's going to be playing some tunes for us on our show today. Then we have another guest, Valerie McNair. She's one of my neighbors, and she's appearing on this show. And then, of course, our veteran guest and hostess, Patti Reed. She is
the hostess with the mostest.
Yeah, the hostess with the mostest. She's been on this show more times than anyone since the day I started this show.
Forget his book of world records.
So she went on to become our hostess for Asaph Cafe, and finally Linda Brooks Curtis, one of our regular guests. And we're just gonna have fun here, and welcome to our Lawrence Welk set here. You can see the bubbles floating up in the air, and everything's looking good.
Very well.
And we can't forget our mascot Pee Wee here. She's just with Mommy here, and hopefully going to enjoy some meatloaf and some cake and some mashed potatoes and gravy. This food is provided by the Missoula Senior Center, so I want to thank Michelle and the gang there at that place. I normally play there on occasion, so every week when we do this show, they provide all these goodies here. So I want to acknowledge the Missoula Senior Center and express my appreciation.
Is panting for all of you.
So instead of playing the traditional Burt Bacharach's This Guy's in Love with You, we're going to have Jaydee play a tune. You know the name of the song you want to play, sweetie?
Lightly Row.
Go ahead. Keep going. Good. Yay. Want to play another song? Do that again. Keep doing that. I want to add something on there, okay?
Okay.
Do it again. Good. Yay! How long have you been playing piano?
Lots and lots of times.
Lots of songs, huh? Do you have a piano teacher? Someone teaching you how to play?
It's a James girl.
Oh, okay. Do you like playing the piano?
I don't know.
Well, that's understandable.
We sure like your dimples. We think you're adorable.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on my show here to do this.
Jaydee
Thank you for playing for us.
is 6.
You 6? You dad meanie? You dad meanie?
So you're in the first grade.
What grade are you
Go to
in?
school?
I'm not in first grade. My mom's gonna teach me.
Oh,
you're homeschooling.
Mommy's going to teach you,
I
huh?
did that. That can be a lot more fun though.
Yeah, you don't have to worry
You
about,
won't be missing seeing mom. You'll get to see mom quite more.
yeah, you can
Yeah, but
stay
I
home.
still have piano school.
Well, there's no getting out of that. Piano school is like eating spinach. You have to have that if you
Well,
want
that's
to be a
okay
good piano
though. You
player.
get to go there with lots of other kids and stuff. It's the same thing at the class.
Well, there's not lots of kids, but 2 classes.
Well, here, let me play a special
Okay.
song just for you.
If you get real good, maybe you'll go to Julio Arts someday.
I already am an artist.
Well, yeah. You'll get pro. Determination makes you
Missed the note. There you go.
Oh,
Yay.
how you gonna teach him?
Yes, now you have to teach me how to play that
It
song.
needs to be a refresher course.
Well, Valerie, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
Well, thanks for being part of the show today.
Thanks for having me on.
I think you've got a new friend here.
Yes,
Pee Wee seems
I
to
do.
enjoy your
She
company.
makes me think of my jazzy girl.
She's patting right along.
Well, Valerie is a special person in that I'm writing a children's book based on her and her family. It's based on Winnie the Pooh. And the name of this children's... That's okay. Yeah, you can talk. Even off the camera. Anyway, I'm writing a book called The Wacky World of Valerie the Raccoon. It's a children's book, and I got the idea from my friend Valerie here. She had a garage sale. One of the neighbors out there where she lives had a garage sale recently for a sister that was earning money to help with cancer issues and things. And Valerie gave me this tiny little raccoon, and so we got to talking, and that's how I got the idea, because I collect stuffed animals, so. Yeah, so I've got a whole house full of teddy bears and tigers and all kinds of goodies, so.
He doesn't sleep alone.
No, I have Wally the Walrus. It's like this big walrus at home. Anyway, so I'm writing.
I have a house full of dolls, so there we are.
Yeah, so I'm writing this children's book, The Wacky World of Valerie the Raccoon, and her son's name is TJ in real life, so he's going to be our Christopher Robin in this book. This book will have 3 chapters, and Valerie wants to make a difference with all the critters that live in the forest. I call it the Montana Forest. The make-believe world of Montana Forest, where Valerie and Felicia and TJ hang out with all the other make-believe stuffed animals in this book.
And Smokey the Bear.
So I should have that book done here maybe a few months from now. I'm in the process of writing it. Well, you want to play another tune for us?
Sure.
What do you want to play this time?
I'll play Mary Helen.
Okay, you play Mary Had a Little Lamb.
What those are?
You know, that's the first song I ever learned how to play.
But Twinkle Little Star was the first one I ever learned how to play.
Well, why don't you play that Mary Had a Little Lamb again first? Would you mind doing that for me again?
Okay.
Now, the Twinkle, Twinkle Little Star. Do you know that one?
I don't know left hand, but I know right hand.
Okay, I'll tell you, you do the right hand, I'll make up a left hand. How about that?
Wait.
Good. Well done.
Nice duet.
Yeah.
Magic
She
fingers.
knows the right
We call
hand,
these
so.
Magic fingers.
Are you really want to have fun with that Twinkle, Twinkle Little Star? I tell you, you do the right hand, and this time I'm going to go up in the upper register here. Okay? And this time I'm going to use this little pedal.
And Pee-wee's going to give you paws up.
Okay? You want to do it
Gives you
again?
paws up.
Okay. Here we go. He's in.
That's the girl.
Lovely. Lovely.
Is that going to be, do you think you're going to use the same publisher that you did for your other book?
Oh yeah, it'll save me having to look for publishers again. You want to see yourself on TV? Wave at that camera right there.
Yeah, wait, right here. There you go.
Hi.
To the circle.
Well, I
Knows that.
like the songs you're playing. Do you know any other songs?
Sing, Pee-wee. Ow.
Well, I know Honeybee,
There we go.
but you might
Paws
not
up.
know Honeybee.
Well, you can do that by yourself if you would like.
You're very popular. Paws up. Ooh.
Patti Bino.
The person who
You know, there was a famous piano player that was your age when he started playing. You don't know him. His name was Liberace. He was 5 years old when he started playing the piano.
Well, I'm 6 years
Yeah,
old.
so you're at the good age to learn how to play.
How old was Beethoven? He was pretty young too.
Yeah, he was something like 5 himself, maybe 4.
He was famous too.
So you're in pretty
He was
good company.
Liberace.
Yeah, Beethoven first, and then Liberace.
And he did classical music way back in Renaissance time. Way
right.
before I was even born.
That's right.
Well, Asaph, you started piano. when
Yeah,
you-
I was a little bit older than this young lady.
My
here.
piano teacher told me about people who played piano a long time ago. So she
Yeah.
knows more people who played piano a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well she needs to, so that way she can pass it along to you, so you can get smart and know about history.
Now this time, I want you to sit here. I'm going to scoot you over here, and I'm going to play a song just for you. Okay?
And then I
There's a
think
song
we
called
are going to
Moving
have
On.
to depart because we have to be somewhere. And
That's fine.
We'll watch the show.
And I'll make sure you get a copy of
There's
it.
a
Thank
song
you,
called Moving
Asaph,
On
for
Over, so
hosting
he just
us
did the
over.
song silently.
I'll do a short version. Are you ready, sweetie?
You know, you're gonna be famous now. Only thing he's missing now
That's by Beethoven.
You know the song?
It's called
is
Furious.
America's Got Talent. That's the only missing now.
You like watching the show?
I've watched it a little bit, but I don't like to watch it so much.
Uh-oh.
It drives me
I like that show, So You Think You Can Dance.
crazy. Oh yeah,
That's a really good one.
Yeah, neat song. It's a neat little children's song.
Beethoven wrote that for one of his students to play.
So what I did, figure out some those
And it was called Vier Elise, which means 4 Elise.
That's a short version of that song. You like that song?
And you know
Get
what,
back on.
Asaph? Can you
Uh-huh.
play a snatch of the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy for her?
Oh, sure. I'll do a little bit of it for you.
Well, I know that one, and that's my
I'm
second
still learning it, so I don't know it very
That's-
well yet.
That's my second favorite one.
Short version of that there. I'm still working the bugs out on that song, getting it prepared for the holiday
That's
season.
pretty.
Become a ballerina, you could actually dance to this.
Mhm.
Christmas.
These keys don't work fast enough, but on the piano that I'll be doing it later on, I'll be able to do it.
With my tap shoes. It'll be fun.
See? That's called the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Which usually the ballerina's dancing with all the toys.
Mm-hmm. See? Isn't that neat?
Well, we thank you for your generosity in including us in the show.
Well, thanks for coming. Let me make a final acknowledgement here before you go, as far as you two. Jaydee, thanks for playing for me today and
You're
playing for us on
welcome.
our show.
You're
Would you like a
welcome.
piece of cake before you go?
Sure.
And your grandmother, Linda Brooks Curtis, and of course Jaydee's parents are off camera here, so
Thank you for having us.
Only my dad.
yes.
He doesn't
Okay,
like shows us.
let me take this off you real quick. Thank you, little one. Now we'll finish this show and we'll just talk with Valerie. Eddie and I will talk with Valerie.
Bye, Jaydee.
Oh, it's
You're the first child that's been on the show. See, so you are a celebrity now.
Yeah, thank you. Linda, I'll make sure you get a copy of the show and I'll post it later on today.
Thank you for playing for us.
Bye-bye, guys.
Well, that was fun. Well, now we're going to give you a little
She
concert,
plays
Valerie.
really good.
Yeah, she does. Actually, that Mary Had a Little Lamb, that was the first song I actually did in front of an audience when I was a little boy. My mom, this is a true story, my mom cooked up some Chinese food that day.
Mhm.
And she invited all the neighbors over. Ah, you guys got to hear my son play.
She was so proud.
And I could only play one song, and that was Mary Had a Little Lamb at the time. So we had a garage full of folks out there, or I should say house load too, because the garage and the door to the kitchen of the house and everything.
Yeah.
And so all the kids, oh, that Asaph's gonna play us too, you know, because they were still younger than I was. I was like 12, 11, something like that.
Mhm.
So they were like maybe 8, 9, just kids. And I just played, you know, well, it was something like this. Let's see if I can remember it. This is actually what I did as a kid. And that was the only song I knew how to play. And then after I played that, everybody ate.
You had to start somewhere.
Yeah, I did.
That was a good start.
So that's a little happy memory of my
I
birth
can humor
mom.
you on that. When I was 6, I stood out from the music class so much
Mm-hmm.
that my teacher goes, "Oh, that little redhead, come here, Patti. You remind us our friend Annie." I said, "Well, my mom named my middle name Anne, and I had really curly red hair, and these big green eyes and freckles.
Uh-huh.
I did look like Orphan Annie. Later I found out, and so they had me pick different songs, and one of them was "The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow."
Okay, I'll do that for you. I'll do you my version. But first, let me do that children's song all the way through. So, Valerie, this is going to be a private concert with Patti and I having fun with you here. That's how it really goes. These keys are kind of sticking because they had that camp
You just
recently,
wore out.
and I think some kid might have spilled some Kool-Aid on it or
Uh-oh.
something. I don't know. They had the filming in the children's camp here last week and a couple weeks
Oh.
before, where the children were making movies.
Well, you're making it sound beautiful, regardless.
Well, I'm gonna try. Thank you.
Sounds like
Kool-Aid or
a
no
sticky
Kool-Aid.
situation.
So, Valerie, how long have you been living in Missoula now?
Moved here in 97.
With your family?
No, with my son.
Oh, well,
He
with your
was in
family.
2nd grade at the time.
Okay.
And we moved over here in 97, and when I first got here, everybody was telling me that I just got here after the big snowstorm they had in 96.
Uh-huh.
So I was glad that I missed out on that.
Yeah, that's a good thing. How do you like living here in Missoula?
I like it, but I could do without the snow.
I think with me, I could do without the smoke. You know?
The snow,
Where did you
smoke,
move from?
all the S words.
Yeah.
Where did you move from?
Bakersfield, California.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I've been to
understandable.
Bakersfield. It's kind of smoky there too, if I remember.
Yeah, there's some smog
Bakersfield,
there.
Riverside. In fact, they used to have smugglers in Riverside when I was there.
Mhm. The fog is really bad over there in California.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I live in Montana now. And now we're experiencing a little bit of that California smog.
We have the state of Washington, California, and there's several fires right now burning in the area, so we're at almost a stage 2 air alert.
I'm going to play a song called Santa Lucia for you. I don't know, you might recognize it.
Is she dancing for us?
Just play the music.
And that is called Santa Lucia is the name of that song. It's an old
Thank
folk
you,
song.
that's
It's
nice.
Italian folk song. I think TJ likes you. I think she's never been this relaxed with any guest that I can recall. With the exception of
It could
mine.
be from all the cough syrup too. I don't know.
Yeah, I like those ears flipping up there too.
It's her pigtails.
Yeah. It shows up.
She'll do a little ear dance for your piano.
I got the perfect song for
For the
this
ear
little
dance?
dog here. Yeah.
All right.
Cheer on. Cheer 'em on. They're like pom-poms.
That is called How
I
Much Is
do
That
not have
Doggy in the
pom-poms. Those
Window?
are real ears, for God's sake.
How much is that doggy in the window? Is the name of that
She did the
song
little ear
there.
dance for that
She's going, how
song.
much are those pom-poms in the window?
Well, yeah, with the ears floating up right there. Yeah.
Because I'm out of
Anyway.
here, I'm taking the last chair.
Well, help
I
yourself
want
to
your
some
dog.
goodies there too if you like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I started writing that children's book. I've got the layout all typed out and stuff. And I think it's going to be a fun children's book.
What
I have one that I wrote a long time ago, but I didn't get it published. It's called The Elf. And it's basically about a traveling salesman that comes into this tree elf village and talks to everybody on the Sacred Heart. And so he takes off with it, and the main elf called Zadok, I got that from Adolf. He goes on a quest for King Leroy so he can get back and marry Princess Sapphire because her eyes are blue.
Yes.
So it's quite the adventure, and it can be turned into a series.
Yes, I think we should all write a children's story.
Yeah,
Just to
it's kind of
see.
like The Hobbit, but more simpler.
Oh, we all know this song. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Good old Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, he left a great legacy to the world, in my opinion. Have you ever really sat there and watched Mr. Rogers and paid attention to
Oh,
it?
yeah.
I mean, it covers topics like self-esteem for children. And I saw this episode where they showed how they made trumpets. So they actually went to this trumpet factory where they were bending metal
Oh,
and
wow.
stuff like that and shaping
cool.
these trumpets. And Wynton Marsalis, the famous trumpeter, happened to be at that factory there demonstrating those trumpets, and I thought that was way cool. So if any children are watching that, they might say, "Mommy, I want to learn how to play the trumpet."
I was really surprised that the man that used to play Pee Wee Herman, he's on The Good Wife now, you know, which is about a
Paul
female.
Rubens, the actor?
Yeah, he's
Really? I haven't
he
seen
plays,
that show
he
lately.
plays the senator's attorney political advisor.
I'll have to check that out because I liked
And
it
he was
when,
on the movie Burlesque too, and I didn't know he could sing, and he is actually very good at singing.
Well, you know, his character Pee Wee Herman, I really liked. I've got one of those movies. I thought he was a fine actor for a children's thing. You know, that character he created. But I have to watch Mrs. Good, the
Yeah.
Good Wife again. So
I think that's where Martin Short got the idea for Ed Brimley.
Is Michael J. Fox still on that program? Is he still on there? You know, we're talking about the TV show The Good Wife. Have you seen it?
No, well, he
No.
he does spot episodes once in a while.
Yeah, because of his illness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically.
He's quite cricket for an attorney.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes the show work.
Yeah.
You know, Michael J. Fox is known as this good guy on like the Back to the Future movies and Family Ties. And so he plays this really shady, crafty like attorney on this Good Wife show. And you know, he's got that Parkinson's in real life, so it works because you know when he's like sitting in his wheelchair or whatever, and he's crafty, it makes that character
When
work even
when he's
more.
snide
He's
and,
like,
and his body starts doing different gestures, it
It
goes
worked.
right with it. Goes
yeah,
right with it.
and he always hides behind his illness on the show. He's always like, "Oh, I'm so sick" and everything, but then he does all this bad stuff. You're like, "Well, you can't get me. I'm sick," kind of thing.
Yeah.
It just
yeah.
works. It
It's
makes
a
that
good
character
manipulator,
work.
Very good manipulator.
Yeah. So.
I'll have to check into
You know,
it.
but like any television show, there's always going to be scenes that probably should not be
Well, you know,
necessarily looked at, but
You know,
it's the world.
when I watched the movie This Is It with Michael Jackson, I really believe that he was having health problems. That's why, you know, if you in the behind scenes, when he tells his audience, you know, they have him do a little bit of speech. He goes, "This is really it. You know, I'm really going to retire and everything." And I think he was having a lot of health problems because for
He might
one,
have been, yeah.
he seemed like he was underweight, and another one, he was walking very stiff. He couldn't, you know. But I mean, it was amazing because he hit it well when he danced because he could
Yeah,
he could
his
dance.
Uh-huh.
And when he sang too, a lot of times behind the scenes, he's like, my voice, you know, I can't hold up the note that much. So he was having a lot of health problems, and that's why he came up with that.
He's a perfectionist, and he wanted to be perfect.
Right.
And
Well,
he
that's a
couldn't get
good
to that
thing
level
for your
at that
audience.
point.
When you want a perfect show to entertain your audience, I think that's a good attitude to have as a performer. I think that's the way it should be.
You know some Michael Jackson?
Yes, I do. In fact,
All
I don't know
right.
if this piano will let
And
me do
the
it.
other thing
Let's
too
do some Michael
that
Jackson.
the other thing too that seemed to be too, he was tired of the way the world was mistreating the earth and
Yeah,
children
I loved his
and
songs
good
about the
people.
earth.
And he said, I write these songs, there's a message and there's a reason why, you know. And so now Neil Young, that got sold out his tickets within 30 minutes.
Oh, he's coming to Missoula.
Yeah, he just came out with a song that's basically telling the oil well owners and stuff, you know, of the refineries, you know, who's going to take on the big guys and all that.
Yeah.
So hopefully he won't get bad health because he's trying to have people get motivated, you know, be activists, because that's what we need to do. Everybody does their part and does it as a unison. The earth does get better and people do have strength within themselves, you know, and that's what we have to do. You know, we can't become recluse and hermits and hide away from the world because that doesn't work. It's not just in a TV. You gotta, you know, go about and even if you tie a child's shoe, you're doing something, you know. You see a piece of garbage, it ain't gonna hurt you. Pick it up, put it away.
Now that's my little version of Michael Jackson's beat, a little classical version there.
Well, I got the you know, Smooth Criminal. I went and got the lyrics off there. Boy, I don't know. He sings really fast, so I was like, unless I have the music behind it, I can't get the lyrics to go with it a cappella. It just doesn't work that way. I got the Addie, are you okay part, but you know, you got to time it in that without the it doesn't work. But I totally understand it now that I read the lyrics. You know, basically it's about a woman that gets hurt in her place by this guy, and these people find her and they're, Annie, are you okay? You okay? You know, and she can't talk about it because she's not okay.
Okay, I'm going to play a tune, and don't you say it because you'll probably know it. Let's see if you know this song
Okay.
here.
I'm audio.
Yes.
I know the tune too, but I don't know the title.
El Shaddai, the Hebrew song.
Do you, can you play Mary Did You Know on the piano? I love that song.
My version of it. All right,
That
I'll
is
play
such
for
a
you.
beautiful song.
All right,
I
I'll be
always
happy to
get
do that for
weepy-eyed
you.
when I hear that song.
We have tissue.
Yeah.
One now?
Yeah. Just don't give me the used one.
Okay, we'll give you the one that's neatly folded and compressed. Did you know your baby boy would grow to be a king? Did you know that he was sent to save the world? But I just know Whitney Grace.
I just know, Mary, did you know that your baby boy
would grow to be the king?
These keys are not working very well on this instrument at the moment, but that's my little version.
That's still
Mary, did
good.
you
Well, at least you don't do it this one guy. I seen this one guy
I love that song.
at the college library, and I heard that he's a germophobic, and he was obsessed with putting this stuff on his hands and wiping them, and then he put it on the keys,
Oh,
and that
okay.
set the librarians off because things started sticking. They're going, "Sir, you can't do that."
Yeah, you can't be putting liquids on the keys of the
And
piano.
they literally brought 3 security in there and had him removed because he wouldn't quit it, and he threw a fuss.
Yeah, you can't do that. The best way to handle that is just to play the piano, and then if you want to wash your hands after a performance, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
because especially in a situation where there's a
Well, electronics
piano out
are
in the
not good with
public.
liquid anyway.
No, you can't even put water on. If you just so much as put drops of water and it gets in those cracks, you're gonna have a problem
Yeah,
with the
but
instrument.
4th of July could come early. Could be
You know,
a sparking moment.
There's a famous
Throw
famous
some
pianist
wine.
named Dino Kartsanakis, and he was doing a studio session. And he had this big orchestra in the background. He comes out with his cup of coffee and he momentarily placed it on the piano. You know, where it's set up to have the string orchestras. And he accidentally knocked it over, the coffee went right on into the key, so they had to postpone the studio session for 1 hour
Do you remember
to
the?
get the liquid off the keys and get the piano
Do you
working.
remember the comedy that came out of the Pepsi commercial with Michael Jackson and his hair? He was standing too close to the headlamp,
Oh, when it
and he
caught
had
on
all
fire.
this Grecian formula stuff in his hair, you know, all this different hair stuff.
I guess I wasn't aware of that.
Oh yeah, he had all this different hairstyling stuff in his hair, and he didn't pay attention. He was too close to the headlamp, and his hair started smoking, and everybody's going, and he's like, ah! And they were doing comedy on Living Color, patting his head and everything else. It was funny stuff.
You know, that show was a crazy show in Living Color.
Yeah.
Watched it.
Oh, I
You
love
watched
watching that show.
Yeah.
James Carey and Damon Wayans, they had a contest all the time when they did the skits, who could make who laugh the most.
Yeah.
But the one time when Damon was doing the bum that had the cardboard boxes in the alley, where that's supposed to be his apartment complex that he made homeless, you know, he actually did enough. He wanted to do the reverse. Instead of making James Carey laugh the most, he wanted to gross him out the most, and he did a good job. He did. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Well, you know, that's no different than the Carol Burnett show. Tim Conway and Harvey Korman.
Oh yeah,
When
there's lots
they would
of
do
scenes.
2 tapings of that show for a studio audience. So in the first show it was pretty plain and straight. It was funny.
Yeah.
The second show they would see who could make each other laugh while they were being taped. And Tim Conway was a master of
Yeah, Harvey
making
had a hard
Harvey
time
crack
keeping
up,
a
yeah.
straight face.
Because
all
he
the
would
time.
start changing the lines impromptu on the
Especially when
second
he did
show.
the old man. When he did the old man going,
Yeah.
hang on. And he walked like 2.5 seconds at a walk, you know.
You know, when that show was in its heyday, I laughed so hard my sides would be hurting watching the Carol Burnett show. And I know she's overshadowed by Lucille Ball, but I've always thought that Carol Burnett was the funniest lady that
Is
ever.
she a redhead too? Because a lot of the times,
I think so.
a lot of
Yeah,
times-
some of her early shows. Yeah.
Because I watch it on and off on MeTV, and it looks like her color is like either sandy
Well, that
brown or
was,
red.
you know, that show was on television for 11 years, so some of the early shows she had the red hair, and
You know, it was
that
her,
lady was so funny. Oh
it
my
was her
goodness.
idea to do Scarlett O'Hara with a actual curtain rod on
Yeah,
her
I saw the
shoulders.
documentary on that. That was,
She designed it.
Well, let's have fun with both of those songs. I'll do the theme to the Carol Burnett show.
So glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh and sing a song. And before you even know it, time has flown. Comes the time we have to say so long.
There you go. That's the theme to the Carol Burnett show. I should tug her ear. So. No, we're not closing. We still got time. You know, 30 minutes have already passed by on this show. Time flies.
30 minutes.
It's already been 30 minutes. So we'll be winding down in a little while here. So Valerie, what kind of music do you like?
Oh, I like all kinds. I like 70s and 80s R&B music.
Do you have a particular favorite
80s and 90s
artist?
R&B music.
Do you have a particular favorite artist of that era?
Werewolves of London.
Well, let's talk about some of those artists in the 70s and 80s. You know, I've been doing this news program called Wake Up Missoula every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I get to do the music stories. I've done stories on people like Hall & Oates. I think they came from that era.
They're
Daryl
for the
Hall,
80s.
John Oates.
I like Shaka Khan. I
yeah,
like all
can't
that
do the
kind of
Shaka
stuff.
Khan. Yeah, well, that'd be kind of
That's
impossible to do. Yeah. Shaka Khan.
See, I like
you
all the
know,
old songs
Stump
like
the
that.
piano.
This might, yeah, you can stump me on that because I can't do any Shaka. But she sure had the look and the voice, didn't she?
Yeah.
This might interest
I like
you.
Lisa on Cult Jam. I mean, that was a good, she was a good singer.
Are you familiar with Patti LaBelle?
Mhm.
Well, she was friends with mine at Doris in New York when I was a baby, and Patti LaBelle used to
Did they go
babysit
riding on the
me
freeway?
in New York. They got famous, huh?
Did they go right out on the freeway?
They probably did. She was friends with my outdoors in New York.
Oh,
This is
okay.
when she was probably first starting out.
That's one of her lyrics in her song.
Oh, I see.
Riding on the freeway, oh no, it's against her back.
Yeah. There are a lot of great women singers. Aretha Franklin, are you familiar with her?
What you want,
Yeah.
Yep.
baby? I
Let's see if I
got
can do
it.
it. Oh, let me come to it. Hold on.
What you want, baby? I got it.
I'll have to figure it out. I don't know how to do that. Let's see.
No, I got it. R-E-S-P-C-T, find out where the PCB. They got the CCB. Oh!
Something like that. Just picking that up. This is not really a piano song, so. But you know, she started in the church.
What happens
You
when I
know?
eat ginger?
Yeah, Aretha Franklin, her father was a pastor, if I understand her history correctly. So she
See,
used to
that's the
sing-
irony. Donna Summers was from a Christian family too, and when she did the song "I Feel Love," she really didn't want to answer the phone at all. She knew Mom would be calling her, going, "Donna, I heard your new single, You Feel Love. Is that about you having sex? Because if it is, we need to cancel the contract. We can't be having you sing that. That's not very good of you."
Well, let's talk about that for a second. In the African American world, and I wrote about this in my autobiography, which you're going to get a copy of. In the era of B.B. King, Ray Charles, Lou Rawls, a lot of these people, Aretha Franklin, they all started in church. Little Richard, the whole generation.
That's their voice lessons.
And then they would take the tones from the church and add it into the secular music. And the older African American people thought it was blasphemous. But we know from history it's not. It's just
Well, a lot of
another
it came
art
to the blues.
form.
It went from gospel to the blues.
Yeah, but see, that music was new, and so people were sensitive in the African American church, and they thought it was blasphemous. But we know it's not, according to history, and when you study the art form, it's just beautiful music with a soulful.
I was making fun of the blues when I was in Great Falls. I was bored one night and my neighbors were driving me crazy, so I sat out on my little tiny step there. And I was in a cramped one-bedroom apartment with my 4 children. It was just like really hilarious. It's like taking a bunch of people trying to put them in a little car, you know, same thing. So I sat there going, I got the Montana blues. Stuck being poor in a crazy situation, and I just sang it out. And I had people stopping in their cars, and it was at night, and it was just funny. I almost caused a traffic jam, just right there.
Let's see if you know this song here.
It was in Great Falls. Oh, man, the song, I don't know the title of
You recognize it?
it. I do,
I don't.
but I can't remember the words or the title.
Still don't know it?
I know of it, but I don't know the lyrics or the title right the offhand. That's a woman that sang it, right?
No, I'm gonna give you a hint. He's the originator of the moonwalk and all the other dances.
Michael Jackson?
No. Cab Calloway.
Oh,
Oh.
I
Minnie
like
the
him.
Moocher.
I like
Okay,
him.
okay.
I saw
Recognize
some
it?
of his videos, and they're so good. I love the way he dances.
Yeah, he's credited with starting all that stuff. Before there was Michael
They
Jackson,
used that
before
song
there
in
was
a
James
perfume
Brown,
commercial.
there was Cab Calloway, 1933.
They
Yeah.
used that song
I saw
actually in a perfume commercial.
Well, yeah, that's a song called Minnie the Moocher, and they used it in the movie with John Belushi. What is it, the Blues Brothers? Recognize it?
Yeah, I reckon. I can't think of the lyrics though. I've heard it, but it's been a while.
I'll do it. Recognize it?
I can't remember the words. I know the song, but I can't remember the words. Now you stomped the singer. Damn it.
teacher.
See, I can't. I mean, when I keep thinking of it, I can't. I hear the commercial words more than I hear the original words.
Well, I didn't know if you would know who Cab Calloway was. He goes back to 1933.
I saw a documentary on him.
Oh, okay.
And it was really nice.
Well, you know,
I
in
loved his
1933, when they were doing the Betty Boop cartoons, I know you're familiar with Betty Boop.
Of
It
course.
was Cab Calloway's orchestra that was doing the music in the background. And what they used to do is, when they were recording the cartoon, every once in a while they'd show the orchestra for real on the show. You know, they'd cut to the orchestra playing and go back to the Betty Boop cartoon. And Cab Calloway would be singing, The Old Man of the Mountain. And Minnie the Moocher and all those other fun songs that he did. So, what a great legacy Cab Calloway left behind. This is a great legacy. And he was responsible for starting all the moonwalk.
You know, him and a bunch of them, you know, really boosted the blues. They boosted
Well,
a lot
yeah.
of good rhythm.
Well, he came up in a time when that was new, 1930s, and the African American people were just breaking into the scene. Louis Armstrong, all of them were just breaking into the scene.
He was busy with his trumpet and everything.
Yeah, and a very young Louis Armstrong.
And then he had What a Wonderful World. He did that song.
Yeah, but see, Louis Armstrong is credited with opening the door for all jazz that we have currently today, bebop and all the other jazz.
And then
Before there was
Ricardo.
Miles Davis, before there was Dizzy Gillespie and Count Basie and all the other people, there was Louis Armstrong opening the doors.
Then the one that competed was Ricky Ricardo with Lucy.
Yeah, Desi Arnaz Jr. He was an interesting singer to me.
Then they took a song from Ricky Ricardo and used it in The Mask. And James Carey, he had the mask on and he was doing his little dance there, which it was pretty funny. It was cool.
Something like that. I don't know how to play that song. But anyway,
If you ain't got that swing.
yeah, that was Duke Ellington. But I mean, before any of those people, there was Cab Calloway, there was Louis Armstrong. They were the ones that opened the doors for everybody in that era.
I just recently saw this documentary on this African American piano player, but I can't remember her name. She started to sing. She was a singer too. She sang while she played,
Okay.
and she kind of had a deep voice.
Was it Bessie
And-
Smith, was it?
I don't think so. What did she have? Was that her stage name?
I don't know. I don't know if we're talking about the
So
same
first name
person.
Ethel?
She had really, really, really short hair, almost like a buzz cut, and
I guess I don't know.
and she played the piano and she sang and she had a certain distinguished voice, and she
Okay.
was famous. And I can't remember her name. I just saw the documentary.
Diana Ross
Okay.
played a blues singer.
Yeah, well, you know, I like Diana
Billie
Ross,
Holiday, I
but
think
she
it
didn't
was.
do the stage version of that. I think it was Stephanie Mills was the.
I thought she played Billie Holiday.
She did in the movie version. I'm talking about the theater version.
Oh, okay.
Stephanie Mills, I think, was the singer for that. And then Diana Ross, of course, did the movie version with
She
that.
did pretty good at them.
Oh, she did very good. Pretty good, you think?
Oh yeah. She
Yeah.
got into it. She got into it really good. You know, the sad part too, Billy D. Williams is such a nice guy. So when he had his ups and downs playing that character, it's like, oh, I felt so bad for him. My heart beats inside me, deep inside me. Oh, you hurt me so bad. Oh, baby, 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 where did our love go? Oh, I need you so bad. Oh, you got me burning.
Something like that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Diana Ross did the movie version. That was pretty cool. And Billy D. Williams was in his prime heyday when he was really handsome. Not that he's not handsome now, but you know what I mean. When he was doing that movie.
The gentleman that he was portraying, you know, you got to feel sorry for that guy because he went through a lot trying to stay with Billy. He went through a lot.
Well, Billie Holiday was a fantastic singer, but she just had a very difficult life.
Yeah.
You know, and when you see these documentaries of these jazz greats, a lot of
Her
them
agent
had,
didn't help her. Her agent did not help her. in
a lot of them
singing.
had drug issues. Heroin was really trafficking in that world at that time. And unfortunately,
being on the
some of
East
those
Coast, it was
artists
easy
were
to
not
get.
able to resist that, or
Well,
you
her
know.
agent got her introduced to it.
I
so,
realize that
yeah.
Billie Holiday and Charlie Parker and just a lot of those people in that era,
It was
struggle.
all the,
I think
it
they
was all
tried,
the hours
I think
of
they even tried to get
practicing.
Ray Charles
Yeah.
in that promotion too.
Well, you know, you have to practice to get to that level, and I understand that, but with touring and everything, it can take a toll on a person.
Mhm.
But taking
Yeah.
heroin is not the way to go.
No.
Because all that's going to do is make you worse. You know, when I was in my early 20s, there were some concerts I used to do, and I used to always, hey, Asaph, want a hit of this? You know, up their nose. Make you play better. I'm like, no, thank you. That's a true story. That
It'll
happened to
make
me
you
when I was in my
get
early
awake
20s.
real quick,
you know?
but go to sleep real quick too after everything's
Yeah.
over.
You know, when he played the piano at the middle of the concert, pass out. But no, I'm
Get
not
their own
endorsing drugs,
keys.
and I'm not here to cast stones, but it's just sad that some people fall victim to that, you know.
Yeah.
All these vices, you know, you have to remember that no matter which vice you take or what avenue you take, you still wake up with yourself the same morning.
Yeah, that's true. So, oh, this little bracelet, you probably can't see it on camera. I have a new family that moved in next door to me, and her name is Cheryl. She's a grandma. She's taking care of her granddaughter, Cheyenne. And Cheyenne made this little necklace, this little children's
I met
necklace.
Cheyenne.
You know Cheyenne?
Yeah,
Yeah, Cheyenne made that for me
Oh,
the other day.
this is pretty. It's nice. It's creative. I haven't seen one made like this yet.
Well, so she made me some other things too. She made me this paper piano that I have in my kitchen.
Oh.
You know, just sticking little sticky notes and things on it.
She's creative, isn't she?
Yeah. And then she also
pretty.
made me,
Oh,
it's like
that's
this
cool.
bottle, you know, with the
Pretty.
apple juices and stuff, and she
Rubber
just put
bands
some
and
eyeballs
pretties.
on it and long, stringy paper hair. So Cheryl and Cheyenne, if you're watching this show, and you'll probably see it in the future, thanks Cheyenne for this. I just wanted to wear it on the show today, and she's a cute little kid, just 12 years old. She just makes all these little goodies for little
Snaps
Asaph
back,
here.
wash after wash.
Yeah,
Well, she moved into next door to a good neighbor.
yeah. Well, actually, Cheyenne's grandma Cheryl did me a favor the other day. I ran out of food yesterday, so they fed me for dinner last night.
All
I'm
right.
gonna buy some food soon. That doesn't happen to me often.
That's
you
you
know.
got to take care of each other. You know.
Yeah, and I realized that. I mean, I was literally out of food yesterday, so I went over there and had some leftovers yesterday. And then
I ran out of food because when we had the lightning storm and all that, the power was off for 3 days and it took its toll.
And then I had ramen noodles later on that evening, so that was kind of Cheyenne and Grandma Cheryl to do that for me.
Yeah, that's a big to-do now in Asia, those ramen noodles.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I brought my laptop over. We were watching Land of the Giants. And Star Trek and all this other stuff. We're looking up stuff on YouTube. It's amazing what you can see on YouTube these days.
Oh,
all
yeah.
kind of TV shows and Hulu.com and Yidio.com. And it's just so amazing. So it's just amazing. And we're about running out of time, no? So let's make some acknowledgments here real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a brand new autobiography called Supermarket Pianist, and I don't know if I think it shows up on camera. This is my life story, and Hastings on Brooks invited me to have a book signing September 5th starting at 2 o'clock, so if you're watching this show and you want to come to the book signing, more than welcome. I could use the community support. They gave me free reign. I can stay there as long as I like, and I'm going to get one of these to you, Val, as soon as it's possible.
And that way he'll know who his fans are.
I don't know about fans, but I had a very difficult childhood that I tell people, and I'm humbled that I got the opportunity to tell the story, because I have two moms, as you know. And I'm going to say this in the kindest way I can. My birth mom had some mental health issues when I was a little boy, and they didn't have all the helps back then, the self-helps and stuff. And she used to turn the gas stove on and try to kill everybody in the house. That's the kind of family I grew up in. So I thought that was worth writing about the healing process of going through that, and the forgiveness issue,
In
and
a
the
sense of
abuse
delayed
issues.
abortion.
Well, I shouldn't even be here. I should have died a long time ago, and I wrote about that in this book too.
That's
And
because
by
you're
the-
stubborn, that's why you know.
That and the grace of God, I think the Lord said, "No, I'm not ready for you, Asaph. You got to be sticking around
You
here
must
for a
stay on
while."
the other line.
Got some piano playing to do.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not trying to pick on my birth mom. I mean, it's not her fault, but that's a story, a powerful story worth writing about, I thought, in this book. Because it was.
And I
it
see
was a
you in the
very
supermarket playing the piano, so that's where the idea came from.
Yeah, it was a dark childhood. Yeah, actually, that's right. Patti Creek Market over there on Higgins. I played at that store for 3 years.
You played near the salads where it tastes.
I
Yeah.
never even heard you play in there. All
Yeah.
the times that I went in there.
Yeah, I played in that
Just
store for
outside.
3 consecutive years at the time, and about a year after I'd been writing this book, somebody took a picture of me sitting at that piano, which is this photograph here. You won't see it on camera. This photograph here. And then when I got sent the photograph and I saw myself sitting in front of that piano at the Patti Creek Market, I said, that's going to be the title of my book, Supermarket Pianist. That's where I got the idea,
That's nice.
because of this picture. So, anyway, couple other acknowledgments real quick. I'm going to sign off. I have a piano CD called Lean On Me, Jeannie Marie. It's available on bandcamp.com. You can download that CD. It's just classical music like Moonlight Sonata, the theme to the Love Boat TV show, my version, Total Eclipse of the Heart, Bonnie Tyler, and of course the title song Lean On Me, and all the other songs on that CD. You can just get it at bandcamp.com. And finally, this is a show called Music with Asaph. It's a remake update of the Lawrence Welk show, and we shot that last September 2014 with Mayor John Ingen, and it got picked up by PBS, so I'm hoping to get the funding together so we can start making this show weekly, this new Lawrence Welk show. It's on the YouTube. You can see the entire pilot right now. Just put Music with Asaph on YouTube, and you can see the entire pilot. It's the remake of the Lawrence Welk show. We have our bubbles, the theme music, and everything. And Louise Bundy is the hostess, and she does her ballerina stuff on this show. But the book signing is September 5th, so I hope you ladies will be able to come.
Yes.
It'll be a blast. And I'm going to make some acknowledgments. Huh?
I seen your notice on my email.
I'll have to check it out. I haven't been around the computer as much lately here. So anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being part of Asaph Cafe, this edition. And we have Valerie. Thanks, Valerie, for coming. Valerie McNair being part of it. And when I get that children's book finished, Valerie and her family will be the first to know. I'll let you know with you, Patti. We got Patti Reed, our hostess here, and Wee Mascot on Asaph Adonai. So until our next show, Marantha.
And be good citizens, no matter what the politicians say. Go, 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 go. Shake it, good thing.
Is it stop taping now?
Yeah. Okay, then go check on the car and let her go to the bathroom.